You know, there's a truth most people never talk about. After 60, our eyesight and our memory don't just decline. They start pulling each other down, like two tired old friends leaning on one another just to keep moving forward. I once came across a number that made me sit in silence for a moment. Older adults with even mild vision loss have over a 30% higher risk of memory decline. And tell me if this sounds familiar. You wake up in the morning and your eyes feel cloudy, like a thin layer of fog is covering them. You walk into a room and suddenly ask yourself, wait, what did I come in here for? Or in the evenings, your eyes burn, your head feels heavy, as if a fine layer of dust is settling over your thoughts. I see these symptoms every day in hundreds of patients. And the sad part? Most of them shrug it off and say, well, I guess that's just aging. But let me tell you something. It's not. There's something I always tell anyone who's crossed 60. When your eyes weaken, your brain has to take over the job your eyes were supposed to do. Your brain isn't just seeing for you, it's predicting, interpreting, piecing together whatever blurry information your eyes send upward. And when the brain works overtime for too long, you begin to feel exhausted, forgetful, unfocused, and your whole day feels wrapped in fog. But here's why I want you to stay with me in this video. After more than 30 years in this field, I've realized something important. Sometimes your body doesn't need medication. It doesn't need surgery. It just needs gentle, timely, proper support. And tonight, I want to show you a simple method, surprisingly simple, that can change your mornings in just 7 to 14 days. Let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. David Warren, and I just turned 60 this year. For the past 3 decades, my life has revolved around small clinics, long conversations, and thousands of patients over 50. People just like you, and people exactly like me now. I'm not the kind of doctor who likes big speeches or complicated medical jargon. I believe in simplicity. I believe in looking directly at a problem and helping someone find a path they can actually follow. Slowly, steadily, and realistically. Over the years, I've realized something fascinating. Our eyes and our brain don't age like a light bulb that suddenly burns out. They age more like an old radio. Sometimes the signal is clear, sometimes it fades, and often, all it needs is a slight adjustment to bring everything back into focus. My specialty is senior health, especially vision, memory, and mental clarity. But my goal in videos like this isn't to overload you with complex knowledge. I simply want to help you understand what your body is trying to tell you and give you a natural, inexpensive way to support your eyes and your brain, starting tonight. Before we talk about solutions, I want you to understand this clearly. Your eyesight and memory are not declining just because of age. Age is just a clock on the wall. What's happening inside your body is what truly matters. Imagine your body as a city. Your eyes are the cameras. Your brain is the control center. When the cameras weaken, the images they send back are blurry, distorted. So the control center has to guess, interpret, and work much harder. And over time, both begin to burn out. There are three things happening quietly after age 55-60 that most people never notice. First, blood flow to the brain and retina decreases, forcing tiny cells to run a marathon with less oxygen. Second, chronic low-grade inflammation, what I jokingly call the little flame that never goes out, dries your eyes, slows your reflexes, and makes mornings harder. Third, shallow sleep weakens the glymphatic system, the brain's nighttime cleaning crew, leaving behind microscopic debris that dulls your memory and focus. And the good news? All three can be improved by giving your body the right nutrients at the right time. Not pills, not expensive therapies, just whole natural foods, the kind your body has always known how to use. Tonight, I'll show you what has truly worked. For me, and for hundreds of patients who transform their mornings with just a few small habits before bed. I want you to imagine your eyes as two cameras that have been with you through decades of life. Bright mornings, the faces you love, the books you once devoured. But over time, those cameras gather dust, lose focus, respond slower. And when the images become unclear, who works harder? Your brain. Many people believe memory declines solely because of age, but it's not that simple. When the brain receives blurry input, it has to translate it, layering effort on top of effort. Studies show that when eyesight weakens, the brain may need 20–30% more energy just to interpret what's right in front of you. It's like trying to read a newspaper through a foggy window. Yes, you can still read it, but it takes effort. It drains you. I had a patient named Robert, 71. He said, "Doctor, my head always feels heavy. I keep forgetting where I put my keys." When I tested his vision, it had worsened since our last visit. We improved his nutrition and eye support, and suddenly his memory got better. Not because his brain was fixed, but because it no longer had to carry the burden of his eyes. Harvard and Johns Hopkins studies show the same thing. Even mild vision loss increases cognitive decline by 25–30%. Your brain borrows energy from memory and focus just to help you see. But the beautiful truth is this. When you support your eyes properly, your brain gets to rest. And when it rests, it remembers better, thinks clearer, and works more smoothly. If the eyes are the windows of the soul, then kiwi is the soft curtain that protects them. This small fruit carries two nutrients almost everyone over 60 is lacking: lutein and zeaxanthin, carotenoids that settle right into the macula, the tiny center of your vision that lets you read fine print and recognize faces. To me, kiwi is like a pair of natural blue light filters. In a world full of LED bulbs and phone screens, blue light is aging the eyes faster than ever. Lutein and zeaxanthin act as miniature shields, absorbing harmful blue light before it hits your retina. I had a patient named Margaret, 67. Every evening in her kitchen, she squinted under the lights because her eyes burned. I suggested she eat 1 to 2 kiwis about an hour before bed. 3 weeks later, she returned and said, "Doctor, I don't squint anymore. I can read my recipes again." That's lutein and zeaxanthin quietly doing their job. Harvard research shows that just 4 weeks of lutein supplementation can improve detail recognition and significantly reduce eye strain. And kiwi has 3 times the vitamin C of an orange, protecting the tiny blood vessels that feed your retina. For the brain, kiwi naturally boosts serotonin, something older adults often lack, helping you fall asleep faster and sleep deeper, which is essential for neural repair. How to use it? Eat 1–2 kiwis in the evening. Yes, you can eat the skin. It's packed with antioxidants. And within a few weeks, many patients tell me the same thing. Less glare, less strain, better night vision. Let me know if you want me to continue translating the rest of the text. I will complete it in the same American conversational doctor style, smooth and natural for your YouTube video. "Doctor, when I wake up now, it feels like someone opened a window in my head. Everything is clear and light, and science backs that up. Studies show that anthocyanins help reduce oxidative stress in the glymphatic system, and the natural serotonin support from kiwi can improve sleep quality by up to 35%. Best way to use it: 1 to 2 cup of blueberries, 1 kiwi, eat it about 60–90 minutes before bed. When you sleep more deeply, your glymphatic system finally does its job properly, and when your brain gets cleaned out the way it's supposed to, your eyes see more clearly, your memory feels sharper, and your mood feels lighter. If I had to pick one fruit that looks like sunlight, I'd choose mango. That golden color isn't just pretty, it's a sign of beta-carotene, the key ingredient your body uses to make vitamin A. And vitamin A is pure fuel for the photoreceptor cells in your retina, the cells that help you tell light from dark, recognize faces, and see clearly in the late afternoon and evening. When patients ask me, "Doctor, why does light bother me more as I get older? Why is night driving so hard now?" I always explain that their photoreceptors are thirsty for vitamin A. Mango, with its deep, sun-like yellow, is one of the answers. But mango doesn't just stop at the eyes, it's also incredibly good for the brain because it contains vitamin B6 and building blocks for dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters that help you stay focused, keep your mood steady, and avoid that brain fog feeling. A study in the Journal of Nutrition and Health showed that regularly getting enough beta-carotene and vitamin B6 can improve processing speed and reduce short-term memory problems. And I've seen the same thing in my own clinic. One of my patients, Linda, 68, once told me her brain felt like it shut down by late afternoon. I suggested she try eating half a mango in the evening and about 2 hours before bed with a little Greek yogurt. After 3 weeks, she came back and said, "Doctor, it feels like my brain turns on faster now. I'm reading again." Mango also contains zeaxanthin, a natural blue light filter that reduces stress on the macula, especially important for people who spend a lot of time in front of screens. For the eyes, mango helps improve light sensitivity, reduce dryness, support recovery from glare. For the brain, mango helps boost focus, stabilize mood, support deeper sleep. How to use it: half a ripe golden mango, eaten 1 to 2 hours before bed. Try not to pair it with heavy greasy foods. Mango isn't a drug, but it's a bit like turning on a soft, warm lamp inside you. Your eyes see clearer, your mind feels brighter, and your spirit feels a little lighter. Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like your eyes just didn't boot up yet? Everything's a little blurry, a little out of focus, and it takes a few minutes before things sharpen. A lot of my patients tell me the exact same thing. "Doctor, I think it's just old age." But the truth is, that's not the whole story. When we sleep, especially after 60, blood flow to the retina drops significantly. You can think of the retina like a field that needs regular watering. If it doesn't get enough water at night, by morning that field is drier, less vibrant, and that's why your vision feels fuzzy when you first open your eyes. Why does this happen? As we age, the tiny blood vessels that feed the eyes lose elasticity. Blood gets a bit thicker, and oxygen doesn't move as efficiently. When blood flow slows down, the cornea and retina don't get enough fuel to recover from a long day of visual work. The good news is, nature already gave us a tool for this: antioxidant-rich fruits. Blueberries, kiwi, mango, and papaya are full of anthocyanins, lutein, zeaxanthin, and vitamin C, compounds that help open up those tiny vessels, reduce oxidative stress, and improve the flexibility of blood vessel walls. I remember a patient named George, 74. He told me, "When I wake up, I have to rub my eyes for 5 to 10 minutes before I can see clearly." After examining him, I explained that his retina was basically starving for blood at night. I suggested he add blueberries and papaya to his evening routine for 2 weeks. When he came back, he said, "Doctor, my eyes are clear the moment I open them now. It's like someone wiped the dust off my glasses." A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that antioxidants can improve retinal blood flow by up to 22% in older adults. How to use it: 1.2 cup of blueberries or 4 to 6 slices of ripe papaya. Eat 60-90 minutes before bed. Avoid pairing with refined sugar to prevent extra inflammation. When those tiny vessels in your eyes open back up, your mornings feel completely different, clearer, calmer, without that sense of waiting for your eyes to wake up. I want you to picture your eyes and your brain as two rooms connected by a very narrow hallway. That hallway is made of tiny blood vessels, the microcirculation that carries oxygen and nutrients first to the optic nerve, then on to the visual cortex in the back of your brain, where images are actually processed. If that hallway is open and clear, the picture you see is crisp and sharp. If that hallway narrows, everything slows down and becomes hazier. The unfortunate part is that after 60, endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of your blood vessels, starts to decline. The vessel walls get stiffer, less flexible, and blood flow struggles to move through. When that happens, your eyes dry out more easily, your vision blurs faster, and your brain reacts more slowly. That's where papaya quietly steps in as a kind of undercover road repair worker. Papaya contains papain, vitamin C, beta-carotene, and powerful antioxidants that help restore endothelial function. Healthier endothelium means blood vessels can relax and widen more easily, and blood can flow smoothly to both the optic nerve and the visual centers of the brain. A study in mediators of inflammation showed that papaya can reduce vascular inflammation and improve endothelial function in older adults after just a few weeks. That lines up perfectly with what I've seen in my own practice. I remember a patient named Joseph, 76. He told me that when he watched TV, The image felt like it was always a beat behind, especially during fast motion. That's a classic sign that blood flow to the visual processing centers is lagging. I suggested he eat 5 or 6 slices of papaya every evening for 2 weeks. When he came back, he smiled and said, "Doctor, nothing feels a beat behind anymore. I can see the little details now." Papaya doesn't just help your eyes, it helps your brain catch the signal more quickly because the visual cortex is better nourished. How to use it: 4 to 6 slices of ripe papaya, eat 60–90 minutes before bed. Avoid pairing with heavy, greasy foods so absorption isn't slowed. When you reopen those microscopic pathways, you're giving your eyes and your brain a real chance to work the way they were meant to, smoothly, clearly, and fully. I've been doing this work for more than 30 years, and there's one thing I've learned. Older bodies don't usually need big dramatic changes. They need small, consistent signals that say, "I'm still taking care of you." And eating 2 right kinds of fruit every evening is one of the simplest yet strongest signals you can send. When you feed your eyes and brain anthocyanins, lutein, zeaxanthin, papain, vitamin C, and beta-carotene, your body begins to respond in a very natural way. It's like a neglected garden. Give it a little water every day for 2 weeks and suddenly, tiny green shoots appear. I've seen more than 200 patients improve in just 7–14 days, and the changes are often remarkably similar. Mornings feel clearer, not so heavy. Eyes are less dry, less irritated, and refocus faster. Reading the newspaper no longer requires constant squinting. Short-term memory improves. They remember why they walked into a room. Mood feels lighter, and reactions feel quicker. One story I'll never forget is Florence, 70. She looked at me and said, "Doctor, I just want to feel awake when I wake up." I guided her to rotate. One night, blueberries plus kiwi. The next night, papaya plus mango. After 10 days, she came back a little amazed and said, "I thought it would take months, but now every morning I open my eyes and everything is clearer. I move around the house faster and my words come easier." So what changed in those 2 weeks? Every night, the fruit she ate helped. Reduce inflammation, papaya. Improve retinal circulation, blueberries. Filter blue light and protect the macula, kiwi. Feed photoreceptor cells and boost dopamine, mango. Support deep sleep, kiwi plus mango. Enhance glymphatic cleaning, blueberries. Just 2 fruits, but they touch 6 different repair systems in the body. How to do it: pick any 2 of the 4 fruits each night. Eat them 60–90 minutes after dinner. Don't pair them with refined sugar. Your body doesn't need a miracle. It needs consistency. And when you give it that, it responds faster than you might expect. If you asked me, "Doctor, what's the single most powerful thing for restoring eyes and memory after 60?" I wouldn't start with medication. I wouldn't start with expensive supplements. I'd start with one word: sleep. Deep sleep is like the night shift your body relies on to repair, clean, and rebuild every cell in your eyes and every fold in your memory. When you sleep deeply, your retina recovers faster, your glymphatic system washes your brain more thoroughly, and you wake up feeling like your mind has been reset. But after 60, serotonin, the neurotransmitter that helps you relax and fall into deep sleep, naturally declines. And that's exactly where kiwi and mango become such a powerful pair. Kiwi provides precursors to serotonin, along with actinidine, which helps relax the nervous system. A study from Taipei Medical University found that eating 2 kiwis before bed helped older adults fall asleep 35% faster and improve overall sleep quality by up to 42%. Mango, on the other hand, is generous with vitamin B6, a key player in serotonin and dopamine production. When those two are in balance, you sleep deeper, your mood is more stable, and your memory runs more smoothly. In many cases, just improving sleep alone clears up half of the morning blur and brain fog my patients complain about. I remember a patient named Caroline, 69. She told me, "I sleep 7–8 hours, but every morning I still feel drained. My eyes don't feel awake." I suggested she try the kiwi plus mango combo about 90 minutes before bed. 12 days later, she came back with a soft smile and said, "I don't wake up in the middle of the night anymore." When I open my eyes in the morning, everything is bright. My head feels like it's been washed clean. That's the power of natural serotonin support. No addiction, no daytime grogginess, and often more effective than mild sleep aids. Best way to use it: 1 kiwi plus 1 tamarisk 2 mango. Eat 60-90 minutes before bed. Avoid pairing with fried foods or sugary desserts. When you sleep deeply, your eyes heal faster, your memory sharpens, and your mood softens. Sometimes it's not your age that decides what your mornings feel like. It's your sleep. You don't have to overhaul your entire life. You just need to change a little bit each day, starting with 3 familiar moments: morning, afternoon, and evening. Let me give you a simple routine that hundreds of my patients have followed with real visible results in just 2 weeks. Morning. Wake up your eyes. Right after you wake up, drink a glass of warm water. It kickstarts blood flow to the retina after a long night. If you can, look out a window for 30 to 60 seconds. Let natural light gently wake up your photoreceptor cells. It's simple, but it helps. Afternoon. Refuel the brain. Around 3 to 4 p.m., when your brain typically starts to fade, get up and walk for 5 minutes. Gentle movement pumps more blood to your brain. If you feel like snacking, have a small handful of nuts or half a mango. It helps stabilize dopamine and keeps your focus going. Evening. The golden window. This is the most important part. Pick 2 fruits from blueberries, kiwi, mango, papaya. Ideal portions: blueberries, 1-2 cup kiwi, 1 fruit. Mango, 1-2 fruit. Papaya, 4 to 6 slices. Eat them 60-90 minutes after dinner. Avoid pairing them with sugary desserts or fried foods. Finish with a small glass of water to support circulation. This routine may seem simple, but it touches blood flow, sleep quality, inflammation, and your body's natural repair systems for your eyes and brain. And the best part? You'll start to feel the difference, not in months, but day by day. Before we wrap up, I'd like you to pause for just a moment and ask yourself a simple question. How much better could this body feel if I started caring for it properly, starting tonight? In over 30 years of practice, I've watched faded eyesight brighten again. I've seen slow, foggy minds become quick and lively, almost as if someone turned the clock back 10 years. Not because of fancy treatments, not because of expensive medications, but because of small changes, done daily, with kindness toward the body that's carried you this far. The truth is, your body has never stopped working for you. Whether you're 60, 70, or 80, your eyes are still silently repairing cells. Your brain is still learning, adapting, and protecting you from more than you realize. All it needs is a bit of help, a bit of care, a signal that says, I'm still here with you. And I want you to remember this. Your body is still listening. It has never given up on you. Just one small change, and everything can begin to shift. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end of this video. That tells me you truly value your health. And I believe some very good mornings are waiting for you just ahead. If what I've shared today resonates with you, if you feel like you understand your body a little better, or if you're simply ready to start a new chapter for your eyes and your memory, I have a small favor to ask. Please like this video, not because I need the number, but because someone else your age might stumble upon it, and it might be exactly the hope they've been needing. If you have a friend, a family member, or someone you know who's struggling with blurry vision or fading memory, share this video with them. Sometimes a small piece of information can change an entire season of someone's life. And if you'd like to keep walking this journey with me, one simple lesson a week, one new habit at a time, always focused on natural, gentle, sustainable health, then subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I'd truly be honored to keep supporting you. Thank you for watching all the way through.